Hello, TRC friends and everybody out there. Welcome to the Kbshow /TRC Talk. How is everybody out there? We have Brian, we have Dr. Nick, we have Will, we have Calvin, we have Roger, we have the Guru Manuel, we have Dr. Phil, well,
Yeah.
King P, but we call him Dr. Phil. We got Phil, and we got Ben. How y'all doing?
Good.
Don't forget
Great.
Mary.
How are you?
I'm
Don't
sorry,
forget
and Mary. I'm
Mary.
sorry.
Hi, Marion.
Hi.
We're here to
But-
talk some wrestling, talk about
Yep.
whatever that pops up, whatever we want to. You never know what we're going to get into and the damn
Man,
sideways.
I'll
crap
tell you
we
what,
get.
Phil's voice, King Phil's voice is so dry that when he said hi, it would come off kind of creepy. Y'all heard that, right?
Hi.
Let's try it again.
Say, do you want to play a game?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, that's awesome.
Say,
He don't even need the voice thing. He's got it down.
hey, Phil, say, want some candy?
No, Lord.
I got a van.
Hey, just remember this is being recorded, so
It
I know,
is.
sorry.
Hey, that's fine. We've done other shit and it's recorded.
Yeah, I can't use my real killer voice. I'll get in trouble.
that's right.
Oh, Lord.
You
Now I
know,
want to hear it.
Kev, what a week, right? So we just had a fire sale last night, had an incredible time, had nearly 500 comments. What a great night, man. I got multiple messages today talking about how good last night's show was, so I sincerely appreciate everybody for that. I'm going to kick off the Kev Buckler show this week, going old school, asking a question that is not previously known to everybody. And it's kind of tough, but it's kind of easy. You just got to think about it for a second, and it's not wrestling related. So here is my question. What's up, Kevin Van Gotter in the comments?
Van Gouder in the building.
Here is my question. Name one of your favorite movie quotes. It could be from any movie of all time. Name one of your favorite movie quotes. Starting with you, Kev.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Man, there's so many.
Yeah.
How many seconds shall I have to think?
I'm glad I'm towards the end.
Okay.
As many as you want. You're the host.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
I'm ready. No, it's classic. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
There you go. There you go. Brian, what you got, man?
mine's from another Christmas movie. Hey, Clark, the shitter's full.
There you
That's
go.
right. I love
Awesome.
it. Dr. Nick in the house.
One of my favorites is from Tremors. You broke into the wrong rec room, asshole.
There you go.
That's awesome.
You know, I'm going to go with Die Hard also, but I have to change mine now because Kev stole mine. So if you remember John McClane inside the air vent, he flips on the lighter and he's like, come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs. And he turns the lighter off. Very funny quote from the movie Die Hard. Absolutely love it. So, Calvin, what do you got?
So I'm gonna go with a Vin Diesel quote from Fast and the Furious. I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
Nice. I like that too. That's
Oh, yeah.
good. Mr. Roger in the house. What do you got, buddy?
That looks good.
Mine is Luke. I am your father.
There you go. Very traditional. Guru, what you got?
Mine's probably you always want to run a motherfucker's head through a plate glass window.
All right.
Y'all seen
And
that
what's-
movie?
What's
Yeah.
that from? What's
The
that from?
Departed. The Departed.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Classic.
Love that movie too. Now
That's
that
my
you
favorite.
mentioned
My
that.
favorite quote.
King Phil in the house. What you got?
Mine is from Friday whenever Felicia comes up. She said, what y'all smoking on?
Nice. I like that. Ben Bowman, what you got?
Mine would be from the original Ghostbusters. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
There you go. I like it. Dan
And I like
Gleason
cream cheese.
said, I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. I like that one
Thank
too.
God, I'll be back.
I'll be
Yeah, that's a
back.
good one.
Terminator.
What's up, Larry Walker?
Larry Walker with the
That's
what?
not a movie quote.
He must be
My-
quoting our truth.
My
What's up?
backup was going to be Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop. Man, put the banana in my tailpipe.
That's right.
Well, I got to do a backup, or it's a TV show, but I got to do it. It's old Rip from Yellowstone. He's like, what are we going to do about this, Rip? That's what John Dutton asked him, and Rip looks at him like, well, sir, we're going to be like, fuck it,
Yep, exactly.
That's a good show.
I feel like if Shane Powers was here tonight, he would have probably said something like, bye Felicia, because Shane's all about that weed and all about that Friday life. So
it'd be probably off half baked. Fuck you,
maybe.
fuck you, you're cool, fuck you.
That's right.
Or he quotes something from Kenny Powers. I'm Kenny Powers.
What y'all smoking on?
Kenny fucking Powers.
Great question.
Yellowstone's awesome, and it comes back in like 8 days now, Kev?
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
Coming back soon.
Yellowstone is awesome, Kevin Van Gelder.
Yep. I'm a big Yellowstone freak.
You forgot one quote. Your hands smooth like a lady's.
I don't think Costner is in this season though, is he?
Jangalang off Life.
Jangalang.
Or
he's in it. He's in
this
is the final one. This is the final one.
Kev, if this was the Yellowstone, and then I asked you, hey, so what should we do with them? And what would you say?
We take that motherfucker to the train station.
That's right. So my early prediction for Yellowstone is I kind of think there's going to be like a big mix-up. I don't think they're going to kill Jamie. I think Jamie is going to kill either Beth or Rip. And I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen by accident because I think they're kind of winding it down and going to be done with it because they're more focused on the prequels. Because if you look at the prequel for 1923 season 2, which is of course prequel to Yellowstone, there's a big list of characters in that, and I think they're more focused on that. So I have a feeling that they're going to take out one of the major characters because John's already going to be gone. I don't think they're going to continue the saga, but I think they're more focused on the pre-saga, the prequel. And I think that's where, because I think it was, God dang, I can't think of his name. Kurt Russell, I think, was even in season 2 of 1923. And that's another big name. And they've already
They're filming 17. They're filming 17 or what the 666s or whatever, the 46s.
Yeah.
They're filming it, and I seen today that Rip's like one of the characters in it.
Yeah, but see, why would he need to leave the Yellowstone?
A teaser.
Why would he need to leave the Yellowstone if Beth was alive? You know what I mean? So,
oh my God.
Yeah.
I just have this weird feeling. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I have no idea.
Costner's only in the first 6 episodes, I believe.
Yeah.
From what I read, he's like in the first 6.
Well, I heard
but
this next part is only six episodes.
Yeah,
I thought it was only 5.
No, I think there's only 6 more to come.
Today they said it's a 6-part episode, but
we'll have to find out. But if you all ain't never seen a grown man cry, let them kill off Rip. I'll bawl my eyes out.
I guess I'm
I
love the episode
what season is it
when he
on?
becomes governor.
It's on season 5.
Damn. Okay.
They should have killed Jamie in the first season. I hate that character. I hate it.
Well,
he does a great job.
Kev, if you think about it, Jamie tried to kill himself in the first season, and they stopped him.
Yep, they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it and you have Paramount or you have Peacock, all the seasons are on Peacock. If you already have Peacock,
so I don't know what episode or season it was, but I love when she asks, she's like, "So what does going to the train station mean?" And he tells her.
That was the last episode.
He's like,
that was the last
episode. He's like, what do you think happened to these people? And I'm sitting there going, yeah, how the fuck could you not know?
Because she asked him because he was in a bad mood. Yeah, he was in a bad mood, and she said, well, who'd you kill today? And he said, don't ask me that, Beth. And she's like, she's like joking, I'm like, wait, who did you kill today?
Right.
You feel what?
Thanks, bro.
If you haven't seen it, guys, you missed out. Trust me. So, Kev, what do we got next? We're quarter way through.
That one and another one is Tulsa King.
Tulsa King, yeah.
I like Tulsa King too.
Another real fast, baby. Talking about movie quotes, and I'm pretty sure I'm right. It's from RoboCop that it's in my head where it always said, "I'll buy that for $1."
That's right. Yep. from the TV screen that they're
Yes.
watching.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, because that's always in my head. Because I hear that, and somebody says something like, "I'll give you 6." I'm like, "I'll buy that for $1." And then I was always positive. No, we can go straight into our what we're going to talk about, guys, and that's our topic. It's our top 5, pretty much matches that we don't know why the hell they even happened. It can be your hated matches. It can be you didn't understand why they led up to it or why it even happened. It's just you disliked it. You just do not understand why the hell they even put it on. So that's what we're going to discuss. So, is anybody wants to volunteer to go first? All right.
Go.
Okay. Dr. Nick answered first. So
Oh,
I'll put
go
you
ahead, Nick.
second, Ryan. All right, Dr. Nick.
So my number one, and I never understood why they did this. Why in the world did they have Kane lose the belt after one night? That was pointless. They had him win the belt.
I get it.
They had him lose it in one night, and it's like, okay, what do you do now? When that happened, I was like, okay, so is he going to get the title back? And he never did. So it was kind of a wasted moment. They could have at least let him have it for a little while, you know. Number 2, when Bray Wyatt lost the Universal Championship to wasn't it Goldberg?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pointless. I hated that. That was clearly just, you know, them wanting to take the belt off so they could give it to Goldberg just to appease him. And, you know, especially that time, Bray Wyatt was on a roll. You know, he had a huge program going on.
Agreed.
What the hell is that? What's that beating sound?
I have no idea.
Where's your hands been? Okay.
I don't know. Number 3 was the Sheamus and Daniel Bryan.
Where's your hands been?
When Daniel Bryan lost the title to Sheamus that quick, I thought that was just silly.
Hey, I was there for that. And it wasn't silly, man. Trust me, I was there the whole weekend leading up to WrestleMania 28 because that's what you're talking about, WrestleMania 28.
Yeah.
Every single place you went, everybody was screaming, yes, 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 yes. Nobody was talking about The Rock and Cena and all that other great stuff. Everybody was just chanting, yes, yes, yes. He gives the kiss, the bell rings, he gives the kiss, boom, kicked in the face. Sheamus is the champion. The whole stadium, 80,000 people or 82,000 people, whatever it was, just went silent. Like just silent. I mean, I was there. And if you watch it on Peacock, they feed in crowd noise and you can hear the crowd noise, but they're panning the cameras and everybody's like,
make a sound.
What the fuck just happened? Like when The Undertaker lost to Brock, it was the same thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I had to give you, I was literally there when it happened.
I would say number 4. This one, it wasn't a bad match, but I don't think it was necessary just because of it was so hyped up. The first match they had back in New Japan was so much better, was AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. That match that they had, they were both good. It was a good match, but it just did not have that spark that they used to have. And I think it's because they had to wrestle WWE style. They couldn't wrestle the way they used to. So it was a wasted opportunity for the American fans to see such a good match. Number 5 was kind of hard, you know, because I was going through the different matches that, you know, did I like him because of you didn't like him because who was in it, or just because it was a bad decision? So I would say this was, I guess you'd see it fairly recent. I thought it was silly when Jey Uso lost the title, the Intercontinental Championship. That was just unnecessary. It didn't move any story forward. It didn't do anything. It was just there. So those are my top 5.
Okay, cool deal. Before we go to Brian, I wanted to comment on your first one. I believe, because that's one of my favorite matches between Kane and Stone Cold in that title change. But that match was so overshadowed by the Undertaker and Mankind Hell in a Cell match that I don't think they cared. They didn't give a damn that Kane had the title or that Kane won it. I don't know if that was their point. I think that it was all along and they wanted to prove that you couldn't have nobody with that mask to bleed. But and hey, I appreciate you bringing it up because not a lot of people do, because they want you to forget that because it was overshadowed by Mankind.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Kev, if I was writing the storyline for that King of the Ring 98, and a lot of people may say, I don't think so, that's not a good idea because of the outcomes, I would have made it Austin and Undertaker versus Kane and Mankind in the Hell in the Cell match. The winner takes the titles. What I would have done, I still would have put the belt on Kane, just like they did. But I would have had it as a tag team match or even a 4-way. You still could have thrown Mankind off. You still could have had Kane win the title. You had Undertaker and Mankind interfere in the damn match anyway inside the cage. So, and then if you think about it, you fast forward from there all the way up because that was June 28th or 29th. It was late June, right? So you're less than 2 months away from SummerSlam. At SummerSlam, you had Austin versus Undertaker for the belt anyway. You very easily could have had Kane as the champion going into SummerSlam and had a triple threat between Kane, Undertaker, and Austin because again, Kane was out there during the Austin Undertaker match SummerSlam, so there was no point to take it right off of him anyway. So I think that was a very good call, Nick, on that match, and at least on the result. The match itself was fire; it was incredible.
Yeah. But that Mankind, Hell in a Cell, what's going to follow? You could have had Big Show versus Andre the Giant, and it still wouldn't have, mattered. You would nobody could have followed that.
Yeah, you're right,
Mr. Brian Howarth, TRC. What you got, brother?
Well, it says on the bottom, "Who gives a shit?" Also,
I'm halfway blind, so I can't see that damn small print.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
So first on my list was WrestleMania 30. First on my list was WrestleMania 34.
Yeah, I can't read that either.
Well, it's small font. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I just can't read it.
No, it's all good. Who gives a shit? Anyway.
Exactly.
So WrestleMania 34. Braun Strowman versus The Bar with a mystery partner, Nick the Kid.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Stupid match.
Yeah.
Stupid match.
Horrible.
Waste of a match for a better match, obviously, right? Another one is I have on here Jerry Lawler versus Michael Cole. That was a dumb match.
Yeah, it was.
Another one is the very first episode of ECW on WWE, Sandman versus the Zombie. Stupid. Retarded. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Stupid. And then obviously Super Showdown 2019. If you were to put on the card Goldberg versus Undertaker, what would you guys think? Fire match, right? Like great match. Not so much. Goldberg almost freaking paralyzed the Undertaker.
Yeah, is that the one where he got the concussion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn near got his neck broken. Broke. Fell right on his damn head.
Yep. And then unfortunately another match that involved Kane and Undertaker was Crown Jewel 2018, Brothers of Destruction versus DX. That was not a good match either.
Yeah. It's horrible.
So those are my 5.
Those are great, man. Those are great picks.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to finish off. I'm going to go on and go next. Finish off the top row, just because of my OCDs. All right, here's what I got, and these are just either I didn't like them or just pointless. Billy Kidman versus Hulk Hogan. Billy Kidman wasn't even close to being Hulk Hogan's level. I know they was wanting to push new blood, but all of a sudden Billy Kidman become a main eventer after just and that was before I even started liking him with that. I didn't mind Billy Kidman with the what was that the Radic? No, what was that group he was with? Conan or. But that was before this, the new blood, and all of a sudden he's a challenger to Hogan. I didn't care for that much at all. Getting my list went away. Tuxedo match, Fink versus Bruno or Wimpleman. That didn't have to happen. It shouldn't have happened. I'd like to erase that from history because that was like a bra and panties match. They had to tear the tuxedo off of each other. The Al Snow versus Boss Man. Was that the dog kennel match from hell? Or whatever, where the dogs were humping each other and
shitting all over the place
everywhere, and the wrestlers were trying not to step in it.
Yeah.
One that I would love to eliminate because I thought it had maybe ruined his some of his WCW career. Goldberg versus Scott Hall, the match that led up, the right to face Hulk Hogan. That never should have happened. They already announced the match, so why did they have to have Scott Hall to face Goldberg? And then I thought that was going to lead up to him going out of the NWO and giving a singles push, and didn't.
Brian, are you cutting up a line of coke?
Yeah.
Are you
How'd you know?
Are you cocaine?
I think he's eating food because I can see steam.
I just kept hearing the tap, tap, tap. I'm like, that dude's cutting up a line of coke with a credit card. What is going on here?
I made one of those. I made one of those big chicken pot pies. So.
Oh, those were good.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Kev. The cutting up coke with a credit card just got me. I'm sorry.
Well, and when you said Coke and one of his favorite wrestlers is Kane, then that showed somebody in our chat put cocaine there's a wrestler going around as cocaine.
Yeah, there's also a gay one called Game. I don't know what that's about.
Thank you.
Okay, and my last one here. I don't know if y'all agree or not, but WCW Halloween Havoc, Hogan versus Warrior.
Man,
I didn't need to. If I wanted to see a rematch, it needed to be in WWF. I didn't need to see that one there. It was a horrible match.
But it had such great potential, Kev. That whole card was such fire. Like, there wasn't a bad match on that card. If you looked at it on the lineup, Hogan and Warrior, Brett and Sting, DDP and Goldberg. I mean, there's so many that I haven't even named off. Welcome in, Maddie. There's so many I didn't even name off. And if you were to put that card up just on paper, that is one of, if not the greatest pay-per-views of all time. Okay. I challenge you guys to go and I'll post it in the chat for you. I challenge you to look at that card on paper and tell me that you think that's not one of the greatest looking cards ever, because it really, really is until it played out. And also, don't forget, in the main event didn't show live on pay-per-view because right as the main event was going to get started, it just went off the air.
Yeah.
That was Halloween Havoc 98. So, man.
Well, during that match, also, wasn't that when the flash thing didn't go off?
Oh, yeah.
Hogan was trying to throw it at Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had it was like, they were trying to make up for it. And then Bobby Heenan was trying to say, and then Tony Schiavone, burn that man.
I think the reason why that match went so bad is Warrior had such ring rust.
No, I don't think you can blame that on Warrior. That was just a lot of piss poor timing, period, because Warrior had wrestled a couple times prior to that. He had wrestled on Nitro. He had wrestled at Fall Brawl. So I don't think you can't pin that all on Warrior. That was just bad timing. Hogan didn't want to make Warrior look like he was the Ultimate Warrior either at the time. I mean, let's be honest. Hogan was kind of on top of the world in '98.
Yeah, and Hogan must pose.
I think a lot of that was not necessarily Warrior. If you go back and watch that match, Warrior looked pretty good there. I hate to put blame on the holster, but I don't know. If that had happened with the Fire, both of those guys are such professionals, such top-notch athletes at the time, even though, they'd all had their own problems. Why didn't Hogan roll out of the ring and grab a chair and just scramble Ultimate Warrior's brains in and then roll them up? Because that's ultimately what happened. He just rolled them up for a pin. Why didn't he just scramble them with a chair? I mean, they literally, you could see them, and that's another bad part about that event that shouldn't ever happen. You could see them telling each other what they were going to do, and that made it kind of shitty too. But back then we all had like 25-inch round TV screens, so it wasn't as you couldn't see it as well back then as you can see it now on the flat screen HD, where you can see Hogan telling Warrior, here comes the fire, brother. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That again, I'll put it in the chat, but I would challenge you guys to look at that card and tell me that's not a fire looking card until it played out.
Before we get to the next row, Kevin Van Gotter has one. Who would win a 4-way tag match? Blade Runners, Powers of Pain, LOD, and Demolition. Who would pull off the win?
LOD.
Road Warriors.
LOD, hands down.
LOD.
Powers.
It's sad. It's sad, but I mean, because there's some great teams there, but LOD. Like, I mean, you think about it. When did Warrior or Sting ever really get over on LOD? I mean, LOD always seemed to one up those guys as well. So
who wants to go next, Will or Roger?
I got it.
Got you, Will.
All right. So first one, I'm glad you guys didn't bring these up because I thought these were like, you know, I thought everybody picked these, but they are written down. I mean, I'm not bullshitting you. Kidman and Douglas, Viagra on a pole match.
That was horrible.
WCW. What the hell were they thinking? Why? What was the point?
They weren't thinking
that. It just made no sense. And here's one that had the potential to be a tremendous event, and they just effed it up like crazy. The Doomsday Cage match at Uncensored 96. It was Hulk and Macho against like all the Dungeon of Doom, all the Four Horsemen, Zeus, the Gangsta, the Giant, the Mummy. I mean, all these guys. And if you had put that in a regular cage, or you had put it in some sort of a, you know, like a triathlon match where like you beat a couple guys and a couple more come in, that would have been a fire event. But trying to do the 4 tiers crap made no sense. A lot of the stuff, you know, like Arn Anderson was whooping the piss out of both Hogan and Savage, and somehow they made it past them, and you know, it didn't make any sense. So, but it had tremendous potential. If you go back and you check it out, Uncensored 96 main event, the potential there was unbelievable. Another match, and here's another one too. Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam 95, was a good ladder match. It was their second ladder match that was on a pay-per-view, but it was a good ladder match. But I don't think you needed the ladder match there, and I think you should have had Razor versus Diesel in the main event for the world title, because that was the original plan, was for Razor to win that King of the Ring that year in 95. Of course, he gets injured or he gets pulled, whatever happened. They never really gave full details on it, but originally it was planned for Razor to face Diesel, SummerSlam 95 for the world title. Whatever happens, backstage politicking, whatever. Mabel ends up in the match. Mabel and Diesel for the world title. Not really a great world title match. Razor and Shawn, you know, it was a good ladder match, but it just couldn't hold that candle to the WrestleMania 10. Therefore, probably didn't need to happen. If you were going to put those guys in another match, you know, I would have thought maybe the old style blue cage, Razor and Shawn might have worked, you know, or something different, you know, or maybe even a last man standing, something. But I don't think you needed that ladder match. Therefore, I would rank that as my third one. Number 4 for me, Vince McMahon wins the 1999 Royal Rumble. Absolutely, totally, 100% unnecessary. There was no reason, no point. I get it. You didn't want Austin to win 3 back-to-back because he had already won 97 and 98. But at that point, there were so many superstars you could have put it on. You could have put the win on. And then ultimately, even though Vince wins it to face the champion at WrestleMania, Vince loses the match at the next pay-per-view, which was called St. Valentine's Massacre in February. And it gives Austin the chance back. He goes on to WrestleMania 15 to beat The Rock for the title. So, there was absolutely no need for Vince to win that Rumble. For me, it was no good. Last but not least, Kev kind of touched on this with Fink and Whippleman, but mine was the bra and panties match between Briscoe and Patterson.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Those two had a bra and panties. Hey, man, you know, bra and panties match with Briscoe and Patterson.
It was the evening gown.
Well, yeah, but I mean, ultimately, it was just stripped.
Underneath.
It was to strip the evening gown off each other. I mean, to determine who was the number one stooge, if you remember. Like, that's literally what it was, to determine who was number one stooge. So there was no need. Briscoe, I mean, what a tremendous talent he was. Patterson, what a tremendous talent he was. I mean, if you ask Tony Atlas, he probably wouldn't feel that way. But otherwise, both were tremendous talents. And then you've got them out there in bra and panties, and I didn't need to see it. So those are my 5. I mean, I could have named 50, but those are the ones that really stuck out to me. It wasn't hard for me to pick those. It was a lot harder for me to not pick some others. So.
Hold on, we got a quick question here. Kevin wants to ask another question. Who do you think should have won the Rumble in '99?
Well, there's a lot of people, man. Honestly, you could have had Undertaker. You could have had Kane. You could have brought in Big Show literally 3 weeks earlier. He was already under contract. You could have brought him in and had him win it because he comes out at St. Valentine's Day Massacre, does nothing but cost McMahon the championship match. You could have easily, very, very easily. Think about Rumble 99. Rock had just destroyed Mankind. Rock handcuffed Mankind and beat the holy hell out of him with a chair and destroyed him. Why, if you were going to do all that, would you not have put the Rock in the Rumble and just let him win it? He was already champion. There's just so many angles you could have taken. And then Rock could have said, I just won the Rumble and nobody can challenge me now. And then that's when Vince had to put the title shot on the line. You could have still spun it into the whole storyline. There's a lot of people that could have won that, but you would have really established the corporate Rock, because at Survivor Series, remember, everybody thought Mankind was the one that was corporate, but it was Rock. At Survivor Series just a couple months before that. So there's a lot of ways you could have went with that, but McMahon winning it, no sense.
Yeah, before that tournament, man, Rock was getting cheered, and then, they were thinking Mankind was the corporate, and then turned out to be the Rock. All right, Roger, you're up.
What about Calvin?
Roger was to raise his hand same time as you did, so.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, fuck Roger. Let's let Calvin go first.
No, go ahead, Roger.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
You're fine, brother. You're fine.
Save the best for last.
Anyway.
What? That
Florida belt's going to his head.
Oh, Roger, your turn, buddy.
One I was saying that I said earlier, I couldn't remember. I believe it was the women's title match when they were in Saudi Arabia. The match was just a shit match. So if you had two competitors that either one didn't work enough together to put it together as a match, or they just were shitty together, why put it out there? Because it just was a shit match. Second one for me was what you had already said, Will. McMahon winning the Rumble. And then the third that I have, because I only have 3, was the one that Dr. Nick had already said about Jay losing the title. It just didn't make no sense. Give it to him, and then a month later he loses it back to Braun. All you're doing at that point is really putting the message out there that we've all said already, is that Jay and Jimmy are a team. They can't do it alone. So all you did was further prove that by taking the title from him a month later. You didn't help him, and you hurt him in the end.
Yep, I agree, 100%.
All right, great choices, Calvin. Now you're up.
All right, so I got Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 26, no holds barred / lumberjack match.
I'm just gonna see myself out.
Will leaves the chat.
Yeah.
Finley and Hornswoggle versus Boogeyman and Little Boogeyman, No Way Out 2007.
Oh, come on, that was funny.
All right, now I'm leaving and Nick's leaving, so
I enjoyed that match.
Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, Battleground 2017 in the Punjabi prison match.
I agree with that one. I agree with that. That sucked ass. I agree.
That was a giant bowel movement.
All right.
The next one y'all should agree to: WrestleMania 38, Vince McMahon versus Pat McAfee after McAfee beat Austin Theory.
I was waiting on that one. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, that sucked.
And then I literally just got done watching this match. I'm sure there was a build up, whatever, but the Halloween Havoc 95 Hogan versus the Giant in the Monster Truck match.
Yeah, that Monster Truck shit sucked. Now the match they had at the end of the night was really good, but I didn't like the Monster Truck thing.
That was all for publicity, you know.
Well, and considering Giant couldn't wrestle or the shit back then.
No, remember Giant supposedly fell off the side of the arena. He fell off the side of Joe Louis Arena, and like he fell down to his death below. And then at the end of the night, they were like, "We don't even know who's going to face Hogan in the world title match." And then here comes Giant walking out like nothing ever happened.
Back then, though, man, that was it was pretty bad because remember when Earthquake was debuted or whatever? That's when the Mess Man butchered a friendship. They called him the Butcher. It was like it's shaking, almost like an avalanche, and then here comes Earthquake, and then they call him Avalanche.
Yep.
They didn't know what they were doing.
I do. I remember. Yep. I remember it
I didn't
very well.
Did I?
And that wasn't at Starrcade 94 though. That was at Halloween Havoc right before, wasn't it? Wasn't that at Halloween Havoc?
I think so. I don't.
It was at Halloween Havoc because that's when the building was shaking like an avalanche after he had unmasked Butcher.
Right.
And he was fighting with Butcher, and that's when they're like, "What's going on? It's like an earthquake in here." And then somebody's like, "No, it's like an avalanche." And then here comes Earthquake. So, yeah.
Hey, Brian, I didn't skip you, did I? It's been a long day.
He went.
Okay, it's been a long day.
It's Manuel, Phil, or Ben.
Okay. Just make sure it's been a long day, guys.
Hey, wait, one more thing. Calvin had some really good matches. I really liked a lot of those. But how in the hell are you not going to have Brett and Vince at WrestleMania 26? Like, you had to have some sort of closure. You know, that was a great match. Damn it, Calvin. Damn it.
Calvin just hates Bret Hart.
I love Bret. I love every Bret match.
He shit all over my dreams over the Boogie match. Goddamn.
Yeah, but I could live without the Boogie Man. But how are you not going to have closure with Vince and Bret? Kevin, you just need to mute me. I'm going to close down for the night.
I'm not going to mute you because I agree with you. But only thing I hate about that match is the way it went. You know, that his brothers and everything was supposed to be paid off. And Bret was like, you know, I'm sure they're smart and know the checks haven't cashed. And then they turn on Vince. You know,
well, Bret couldn't breathe either. If you remember, he couldn't breathe. He had to like sit down in the chair, and it was a little rough. I'll give you that. It was rough, but you needed the closure. So
I love the. I just wanted Bret to go out there and just beat the shit out of him, real life.
Me too.
I mean, I want to see footage of him knocking him out after Montreal.
It's got to be out there somewhere.
Apparently, there is none though. I mean, because they made all the cameras stay outside because Bret was naked.
But if you watch the shadows. You can see where they're doing the shadows. You can see him wobbling when he's coming out through the hallway.
So
yeah, but remember they wouldn't let the cameras in because Bret was in the shower.
Right.
So you're saying that it's possible that Bret hit Vince with his wiener?
Well, I mean, Bret was 100% naked when he came out of the shower because if you listen to Bret talk about it, he even talks about the towel fell down and he was just standing there and he drew back and like uppercutted Vince.
Right.
And that's what happened. So if you listen to it, Bret was 100% naked. And if you read his book, too, the Cartoon Life or whatever, Cartoon Life of Wrestling with Bret.
Yeah.
If you read it, it'll talk about that. Go ahead, Manuel. We need to shut up. It's your turn, man. Go ahead.
Go on, bro.
I'm just watching the World Series.
Who's winning?
The Yankees 5-0.
There we go.
Oh.
It's going to go to Game 7.
I did write mine down. I know a couple people in here are going to be really like, what the hell?
We always are.
So the 14-person junkyard.
What the hell?
Junkyard hardcore invitational brawl. Was just Bash the Beach 99 was just fucking horrific. I mean, that match was awful. I mean, you couldn't see who was fighting. And They had
It was.
helicopters flying, and it was just. I thought it was just pointless.
A bunch of people went to the hospital.
Here's one that's probably going to have Calvin upset.
Uh-oh.
Hogan Piper 97 Halloween Havoc. For me, it was just pointless. I mean, Piper's the commissioner. You don't ask for the title to be on the line.
We wish Guru the best in his future endeavors.
I mean, you got, in the words of James E. Cornette, you got a 75-year-old man with an artificial hip, and you got a bald-headed actor and past his prime. It just, for me, it didn't do nothing. Yeah, it just didn't.
Damn.
Jeff
I like
Jarrett,
that.
Kevin
I like that
Nash,
match.
Steiner, Russo versus Booker T, Goldberg, Sting, and Chronic in the Triple Cage War Games match.
Yeah, that sucked. That
was
sucked.
awful. I mean, it was one of the matches. Like, okay, the participants in the match, okay, kind of cool, but it was just like, this is dumb. All for like Goldberg to interfere and Bret Hart to interfere, and
Isn't that the one where Vince Russo was the winner?
yes, he got speared by Goldberg outside of the.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, as Kevin Nash would say, they was having trouble making coffee back then.
Yeah.
Yokozuna versus Mabel in Your House 4.
Yeah.
What?
It was just a. I watched it this morning. It was just a bunch of meats just clotheslining each other. It was two big men that just couldn't do anything.
They was tired by like 3 minutes in.
And then my last one is anything Hulk Hogan in WCW 2000.
Oh man. Damn.
What?
That's a bit rough.
Especially the infamous chair shot where he just barely tapped somebody.
Hey, don't forget the famous apple pie match.
I mean, you remember just him hitting so and so with the chair, and it's just like, bing.
Yep.
You could say the same thing about the magical finger too.
But
my fifth one was anything Hulk Hogan 2000. It's terrible.
Well, because he was so strong, he didn't need to swing the damn chair hard. He's Hulk Hogan.
Roger?
I mean, okay, yes. He was a household word, but so is garbage. You see what happens to it when it's
okay. You're not James E. Cornette, and that was scripted, and he did a damn good job at it. But still, I love those promos. But still,
and that's my state on professional wrestling.
I hear you.
Hold on. What's the magical finger?
Finger poke of doom.
Poke of doom.
Oh, that's what I wanted to hear.
Finger poke of doom. I was gonna say, I don't know. Ask Roger.
That's not what I was thinking either.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben with your hands.
Something different.
Yeah, Ben with your hands.
I was picking on Ben. Sorry.
Hey, you guys watch tomorrow. There'll be a soundbite of that thumping earlier.
Well, here's
fuck you guys.
We had somebody doing the old thumper move earlier, and then we had Brian cutting a line of coke up with a credit card. We're done. Meta's going to take us out. Meta's going to take us all out. We're all going to have car accidents now. Watch.
Well, they tried to censor my ass earlier, so.
Hey, well, it's like the WWF in the 1980s, dude.
I know.
If Meta takes us out, they're going to put the magic finger.
That's crazy.
If they don't, Brian, put on your hat. That'll get us canceled in a heartbeat.
You mean the one Dr. Nick has on?
Yeah. We're going to get canceled.
Oh, well.
Hey, don't forget, we're garbage.
All right, King Phil.
King Phil in the house. What you got, man?
Let me see. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna go that match where Cena destroyed Nexus. I just don't think it did anything for. I mean, Cena didn't need it, and Nexus kind of did, so it kind of destroyed their whole momentum that they had built going. I'm gonna go Austin and Terry Taylor in that scaffold match. Do y'all remember that one?
Yep, I do.
That was bad. It wasn't, it just wasn't. It wasn't it. They tried to make it better at the end, but it still was too far gone. It was a waste of time, really. I'm gonna go with. Let's see. I was gonna say Vince and Pat McAfee, but it's already been taken. So I'm gonna go the oddities versus Kai and Tai. That was a waste.
Yeah.
That was definitely a waste. Let's see. That's 3. Sting versus Rick Steiner at Great American Bash. Just didn't need to happen. Pointless match. And the last one is gonna be Vince Russo versus Booker T. Trash match. Didn't need to happen. Made Booker T look awful. He ends up losing. And I know we don't do extra credit, but any
You
match
can have it.
Hornswoggle. I remember who was it, Calvin? You said Hornswoggle's match. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Boogeyman. Yeah, any match with Hornswoggle. I don't need to see any of those. So.
Hey, that WLC match was pretty good.
I enjoyed it. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Now we're gonna get canceled by the Little People Foundation.
Yeah.
We're just pissing everybody
say
off
midget.
today.
We didn't say midget.
Yeah.
By the way,
No, he just did.
It's 5-5 in the World Series.
Oh wow, that was quick.
That's that.
Yeah.
Damn.
That fast?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
All right, King Phil, we're going to give you some extra credit because I love your voice. It's deep. I need for you to do me a favor.
What's that?
I need for you to just, you don't have to sing or whatever. I need for you to say Funky Co Medina.
Funky Cole Medina.
Hell yeah. My night is made, guys. My night is made. The 80s song is back in my head. He remade it for me. We could shut off now and I'd be fucking great for the rest of the week.
Don't just stand there, bust the move.
There we go. All right, Ben.
Ben Bowman in the house.
Mine, a lot of great answers. There's a lot of the similar ones that I had chose, but I'm gonna go a different route and we'll add more. The all women's invitational battle royal at WrestleMania, where Santina Marella won. Pointless.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, why would you have a male winning a all female? And then supposedly he is one of the ones that had sex with David Batista, according to Great Khali. If you saw who all Batista had sex with, that was one of them. Which
Jesus.
Odd there.
Anyway.
But number 2
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean,
No, I'm just saying Santina, not Santino. It was Santina.
We support that here, Meta.
But number 2, the Kevin Nash versus Scott Hall, when Scott Hall was having his substance abuse, being acting like he was drunk or could have been drunk. Right. They didn't need to do that. That whole them were acting like we're Scott Hall, was at bars and all that. They didn't need to do that. If they're going to have a breakup, split them up. They can just still, have friends versus friends, not go that route. That's the second one. Of course, the evening gown match with Briscoe and Pat Patterson was one. But any of the celebrities, I know you got to bring celebrities in to get a name, to get a new audience, new viewers. But like the Big Show, Akibono, Samoa match, or the sumo match, Big Show versus Floyd Mayweather. I mean, stuff like Snooki was in WrestleMania. You just didn't need those. Those spots should have went to talent or to the other male or female wrestlers, and let them have a spot on a pay-per-view or on a show. And
can I ask a question though to that, because that's a really, really good point. I mean, that's probably one of the better points that's been brought up here tonight. But let me ask you this question: what about Mike Tyson at WrestleMania 14? Was he necessary?
No.
Oh wow!
I think. And the reason why, and I just got I just got the poster and I got the poster signed, but he was there at the time. A big name. They had to do a special referee, but he didn't do much of nothing as a referee when he was in the thing. They had the promos. He was at the press conferences and stuff. But at the time, fucking Shawn Michaels was on drugs at the time because of his back, and he was was he going to show up at WrestleMania, not show up? They had him there too as kind of the draw the attention off that. And then when the match happened, he was on the outside of the ring, more like an enforcer, not like a special guest referee. So to me,
well, according to Tyson, though, I mean, I heard a couple of different reports. Number one was he needed that event to happen to pay for his drug habit, and number
probably
two, he needed that event to happen because he was broke. So I don't
Yeah,
know
because he had
which
been
part
kicked
of
out of boxing by that point.
yeah, I don't know which part of that was entirely true, but I mean, if you go back and listen to some of the interviews he's done, he did it because he was broke and he needed it for his drug habit. So
yep. And then my last one would be you don't need announcers or guys like that fighting. So like John Cena versus Michael Cole did not need to happen. I know the Lawler, to me Lawler's in around here is like the Hulk Hogan. He's the man.
He's the
Uh,
king.
yeah, he's the king. He should have never lost to Michael Cole ever. That should never happen. So stuff like that.
Technically, he didn't.
Yeah. But
And I
those,
want to add to the question. They should have at least gave him during that whole. He was facing Miz for his first title shot because they had the gimmick. He never had one. They should have let him win that night. There's no excuse that he has never been a WWE champion.
yeah.
So
hey,
Go ahead.
can I throw this point in there too, just kind of off the wall with Ben's point there?
Sure.
My older kids asked me today. They said, "Dad, have you ever cried when a celebrity died, or when you thought a celebrity died?" And I gave a couple responses about some wrestlers that have passed away, and I thought about it too later on. The night that Jerry Lawler had the heart attack and it went off the air, and everybody just assumed he was dead. I cried like a baby that night. I just wanted to
Yes,
throw
sir.
that out there because, oh my God, what a horrible, like, there was no information. I mean, the internet,
No.
back then was still kind of slow. It wasn't nothing like it is now. And, updates only came like every 24 hours. And you were like, is this dude even alive? Because it was sad, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got another one. My bad. This was one of mine, and of course, we don't give extra credit, but here's my extra credit. Three of us went to this event. Kev, Will, and me. Ric Flair's last match should not have happened. I mean, he passed out 3 or 4 times in the ring. It should have ended at WrestleMania when he lost to Shawn Michaels, but still probably should have ended sooner before that. And then to hear the rumors that he wants to come back and do another one, and finally, they're not. I haven't heard anything else about it, but his last match should never happen.
But I think they could have done so much more with that. Like they did a thing over in Saudi at one point. I think Calvin has the shirt from that event that has Hogan's shirt. And they did a thing where it was like Team Hogan versus Team Flair.
Right.
Like I think if they were gonna do the Flair last match thing, I think they should have put him on a team like that because there was so much good talent at that show. Instead of having him even in a tag team, you just have him on a team of 4 or 5 people, have him tag in, chop somebody a couple times, and get the hell back out of the ring.
Yeah, it would hide his weaknesses.
Yeah, and then to finish it, oh yeah, there it is right there. Calvin's got this crown jewel. There you go. So
A one
and then
of one.
yeah, and then to finish the match, you could have had him go in and just figure 4 Jeff Jarrett's team or whatever. But I totally agree. The way they did it, I don't think it was safe at all.
Well,
Like,
and he was dehydrated. He said he was dehydrated as hell.
He passed out 4 times.
He had been drinking the day before. You know that.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think he stops drinking ever.
That's why
I think now that he's divorced, I think he's going to drink himself to death.
I believe that too.
To add to one of Ben's matches, which I enjoy Scott Hall as a talent. And I'm not laughing at anybody's substance abuse, but I laughed at the part Then Kevin Nash had him in the corner. He's like, "Hey Scott, do you want a double?" Wow, wow. Like he just kept saying that. Like, Scott, do you want a double? Wow. And he was just,
Sad.
But you're not laughing at substance abuse, but like Kevin Nash, like just saying it out of the blue, and the mic was hot. He was like, "Hey, Scott, you want a double?" And he'd elbow him twice. And now going back and watching it now, you're like, "Damn, that's funny."
To talk about substance abuse, I didn't really care for the. I liked the match, but it was done poorly. The Jake and Lawler, that was not necessary.
Yeah, he pours a bottle of whiskey. He's like, "Jake, I got some good. I got your friend Jack Daniels."
All right, guys, we're going into show and tell.
Real quick, do you remember that Raw where I think it was Animal? Who had the who was the alcoholic then?
Animal.
Yeah, wasn't that crazy? That was crazy too. Hawk.
That was a Reparina.
Oh, was
it? Where he fell off? Where he fell off? Supposedly the.
Is it Rupp? They pushed that dummy off the top, and they said he walked down. Yep.
We were right on the side where you could see the dummy fall. It was pretty awesome.
Yep.
That's crazy.
All right, guys, I'm going first.
I don't think you guys should be calling Hawk a dummy.
With you. All right, guys, here we go. This is not a Sting figure. It's All Hallows Eve, so I've got to show.
It's a Stone.
My Eric Draven figure.
The Crow.
Not Sting. The Crow, Eric Draven.
The Crow.
I love this figure.
Hey, speaking of Scott Hall, it was Scott Hall that came up with the Crow character for Sting.
Yeah,
right.
Scott Hall, R.I.P.
He's no Brandon Lee.
I could probably sell this to a Sting collector, but I mean, you could pass for a Sting figure, but okay. After that, hold on. I've got a art piece of Bruno. This was I know it's got glare, so we'll just try our best. This was by John Toomey.
Yep.
I have several of his pieces. Great artist. He stopped drawing last time I talked to him. He's focusing on his son's sports life, but great artist. I've got several of his pieces. Fantastic shot.
So Jeff Lowell and I had that piece right there, custom made for the very first autograph signing we ever held. It was back when Jeff and I used to work together.
Oh,
and
wow.
The very first signing we ever held was a Brutus Beefcake signing. It was in Ybor City, Florida. And we had that piece right there, custom made by John Toomey.
Awesome. I have one more and I'll be done. This can self-explanatory. I'll show half of it. Kane.
Nice.
Pete Rose.
Ooh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
That's all I got, guys. But I
nice.
had to show that Draven figure since it's All Hallows Eve and the Crow's one of my favorite. Not the remake. The remake sucks. If you all thinking about going to the theater to see the new Crow or whatever, save your fucking money because they tried to piss on a classic. The Crow 93, 94 with Lee.
Hey, Kev, before you switch off, have you ever been scared on Halloween?
Nope.
All right.
No
Brian Howard, you're up.
All right. Well, so I went to Walmart today and I found these hidden. But Ben, I finally found them. I got the Razor Ramon.
Oh yeah.
Man Wars, and I also got the Ultimate Warrior.
Rip it.
Oh,
No.
Yeah,
rip it.
So then I also got this in the other day.
Nice.
Man, I just fucking noticed what Dr. Nick has on. Damn. Sorry, Brian. Freaked me out.
What's that?
Dr. Nick's face.
Oh. These are badass. These are badass too.
They are.
I love it.
And then last but not least, I got this from William. Undertaker.
Nice. Rest in peace, baby.
I think it's like double cirted. So
yeah, it's
pretty awesome.
Gorgeous, man. That is gorgeous.
Before we get to Dr. Nick, I want to say I was so jealous every time because Brian would show because I'm such a huge Lex Luger fan. Brian would show that damn Luger on the entrance of not Nitro or whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, man, I'm so damn jealous of that. And one went up last night. I got it. I'm like, I ain't got to be jealous of him no more. That's a sweet looking piece.
It is. It's a hot picture.
All right, now that you can see what you're getting ready to see, what I was freaking out about, Dr. Nick. I'm going to skip your ass. You take that damn mask off. Or put your other one on, whichever one happens.
Damn, he's even got the laugh to go with it.
You sound like Charles Lee Ray.
I know.
So thanks to Ben, I got a custom signed Spellbinder mask.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I love gimmicks like this. I got.
Hey, Nick. I use the words "thanks to Ben" all the time too, but they don't usually end up in a positive note.
So I got this from Ollie's this weekend for $5.
Nice. That is cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I haven't started reading yet, but I heard it's pretty good. I got this not too long ago. Akeem, the American Dream.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
You never go wrong with
Beautiful. Very beautiful. And I'm always adding magazines just because I'm trying to complete a full set, but I got what month is this? October of 92 with Tatanka.
Oh,
nice.
There's
beautiful. That's a beautiful cover.
Oh, it's mint too. I don't even think anybody read the damn thing.
And you know us at TRC, we love magazines.
Oh yeah. And along with the Spellbinder, I got the Phantasmo autograph 8x10.
Nice.
Sweet.
So those are my.
Those turned out great too.
Show and tell. Oh yeah, I love them.
Hey, you know what else turned out great is all that. Got Miko. I can't think of the guy's name, but Ben had him last night. The Miko Hughes or whatever. The little kid. Hell, I can't think. Ben, what is it? Tell him what it is.
Yeah, the Miko Hughes Gage.
Every one of them pictures and every one of them pops came out looking great, man. So, I even commented on that before the show that I thought they all looked great.
No fail. That was funny. All right, Calvin, you got yours ready?
Oh, yeah.
Sir.
So, because Ben wanted to make that bet with me, I got this from Ben. He covered his bet when Florida smacked Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great win.
Got this signed Jason mask from Ben. Hogan, Wolfpack Hogan. Pop.
Damn, those are nice, man. I gotta get me some more of those pops.
This beautiful Big Eagle from William.
Oh yeah,
that is beautiful.
That's sweet.
And of course, I saved the best for last.
Oh yeah,
from William.
Nice. What you gonna do, brother? Calvin Mania running wild.
Welcome in, Chris.
But that's all I got.
Nice, man.
Right.
Damn. I feel like I should skip myself because mine ain't nothing compared to y'all's, but I'm gonna have fun with it though.
But you up next on my end, so.
Oh, that's fine. All right, so I had to get the Rumble figures to build the Kali. Not that I necessarily wanted the Kali, but I was gonna buy this one anyway, and I was like, well, if I buy this one, I'm already gonna have the parts in this one, so I may as well buy them. So I had to get, the Rumble figures, and then, I mean, they're sweet, but
you got it. I know what you're gonna do with that one, and I want to see what it looks like.
Well, see, this is the Hulkamania Will Live Forever Rumble edition, and you know what you got to do to the fresh Hulkamania figures here in TRC.
Here we go.
You got to rip it, brother.
Box is gorgeous too, man. Not an imperfection to be had on this box, but it doesn't matter because it's time.
Oh. Rip them. Hell yeah. Now let me see what that figure looks like behind that thing.
You gotta pull the. You guys know this original piece right here, the real one, is hanging in Orlando. So when we go to Orlando, it's there.
Wasn't it a bed
So,
sheet?
yeah.
Okay.
So when you go, you're gonna see the original. You can take pictures with it or whatever if you want. But that's pretty cool. I gotta pull that out of the way. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but they did think enough to put a loop in the top of it. So technically, you could turn that into a flag if
Oh
you
wow.
wanted to. They put a loop in the top. I don't know
That's
if you guys
cool.
can see that on camera, but there is a loop. So maybe a really thin straw or a coffee stir. You guys know I'm a coffee guy. You could turn that into a flag. But
So
there
that's
he
what it
is,
looks
brother.
like.
Look at
All
those
right.
eyes.
Crazy
He's
Look
got
at
a
those
eyes.
necklace
eyes.
on. Necklace
It's
on.
those.
Right?
It's those Coke
He's like,
eyes.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
He's like,
believe
I'm
that's
about
the
to
first
whoop
time that
somebody's
we've got that
ass.
bandana too.
Well, yeah, because this is the Hulk Rules one.
Yeah.
I need that
And
figure.
then, of course, you got the Kali head chilling right here. So I got to build me some Kalis. But, I don't have a whole lot this week. I think that's all I'm going to show is just those and kind of push on through to next week.
Okay. We appreciate you.
Nice.
Guru! You're up.
I was just watching Bobby Lashley debut, but anyway,
What's the score of the World Series?
5-5 still.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I maybe showed it. I can't remember, but I think I bought this from like our wheel a while back.
Yeah, it's sweet. Bobby Fish, right?
Yes, I would love to get the other.
Mhm.
It's gonna be hard though, man. It's gonna probably be hard to get those three. Maybe not.
That's an
And
awesome photo,
then,
though.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
show
I love the
one of the
photo.
one of the two posters I got from Will. I even text Will and I said, "Hey, I think you made a mistake, brother." So
OTC don't make mistakes.
That's a lie.
That's sweet.
That
Nice.
is
then
sweet, man.
this is the one I caught. Will.
It's
I was like, "Hey, Will, you know you have an extra one on there."
Yeah, that Undertaker man is frame ready though. You just need a 16 by 20 frame. It's good to go.
I just didn't want nobody
Oh.
to get cheated out of their if Will didn't mean to send.
That's how that Andre and Hogan was that I got from Will.
But that I
Yep.
mean that right there is that fits the Undertaker's character perfect.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous, right?
It is. But
Okay, real fast. Let's welcome in Tennessee Couponer. Go Big Orange.
That's all
And
I got.
Welcome in. Oh,
Ray
man.
says I'm here and he wants us to start over.
Ray's in the house. Welcome
Hey,
in, Ray.
we're live, pal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
live,
live
pal.
now.
And
Didn't
Oh,
you
he's
get
going.
my tag? Ray, didn't you get my tag?
Ray's a
Oh,
busy man.
he says I'm here. All right, so where were we? Who did I spill next?
Come on, Kev, man.
I don't know. It's been a long day, brothers.
Yeah, it's not like you have the flu or anything.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks to Ben. Got the Bret Hart here.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Best there ever.
Yes.
Best there is. The best there was.
Ribbit.
And I can't say the best there will be because
No.
Did you just say that came from Ben? Did he say that came from Ben?
I thought it did. Yeah, it did.
That came from the one and only Willamania, brother.
Did it?
OTC.
I just reused his envelope. That ain't got nothing to do with Bowman.
Okay. Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, Ben trying to
OTC
steal my thunder.
Yeah, I should have knew it was OTC. But yeah, that's all I got.
You know what I say about Bret Hart?
Oh Lord!
Oh, don't say it.
He's the greatest alive.
Don't make me mute him.
Mute him, Kev.
Mute him.
You put the letter S in front of Hitman, you get my exact thoughts of Bret Hart.
Oh Jesus!
He's just trying to be Stone Cold.
I love
Hey
the
Kev,
spotlight
Kev,
photos.
can I have the
Those are
camera one more
beautiful.
time? I want to show these guys what I just did with this Hogan.
Yes, sir.
If I could have the the spotlight for just a minute?
Oh, great!
Hell
Look
yeah.
at that.
Look at that thing, man.
Yeah, brother.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
Metallica
we're gonna
asked me to be in their band.
we're gonna be muting Manuel going forward. Now I know this is not the figure where he was a champion because he wasn't champion here, but he needs a belt. I think.
He
I think
does.
I'm gonna have to put a. He's gonna have to have a winged eagle on him. I think. Go ahead, Ken.
Maybe we can call Mattel and have them just start making belts only.
I know, and sending them to my house. I'll distribute them. They just need to send them to me.
All right, Ben, get ready.
Ben Bowman.
So we have a Tennessee couponer in here, and we're going to tear up some Kentucky Wildcat this Saturday. So
hey, wait a minute, Kev. He was champion. He was champion here. Okay. This was the Royal Rumble 90. I was thinking it was 91. It's not. It's 90. He was champion here because he lost it at WrestleMania 6 and no belt. Damn you, Mattel. Damn you to hell.
Damn you to hell.
We'll have to start coming out with TRC figures.
Yes, sir. All right, Ben.
All right, well, I got my daughter Marion's going to show what she got. We got from Scarefest. So.
Uh-oh.
Awesome, Marion.
She got
that is cool.
Chica.
Chica.
That is scary.
Yeah, it's a I think it's called like a chocolate Chica. So, and she just and speaking of figures, these let me see it real quick. These right here, these are like I guess the actual size ones, but I actually for her or to play with would be the snaps, which you have the disposable head, body, and legs. But these or the bigger ones, they break easy or they come off easy. Like the legs and the arms. So for me, these are cheaply made. They're badass, to display. But as for children to play with them, not good to play with because they break pretty easy. But that
no, I've known a couple of chocolate Chicas.
But that's all we got.
Very nice, man. Very cool.
Is Chica from Five Nights at Freddy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like all the detail they put in those figures because I've seen them out. They are pretty cool.
You got anything else, Ben? All right.
No, that's all we had.
Just that beautiful beard.
Yeah.
That's not legendary, though.
I'm inspired.
With an ugly face.
And last but not least, Mr. Elkins.
Gentlemen,
we'll be here for
I come bearing a lot of show and tell items today.
Sorry.
What happened?
What was just said? I missed
nothing.
Nothing. Go ahead, Roger. Don't listen to these fools.
Fuck you, Manuel.
Yeah.
The next TRC shirt, fuck you, man.
So I got these from Ben, Phantasmo.
Awesome.
And Ben, you're gonna have to help me with this one. It's I think it's Nightmare Danny.
Yeah, Nightmare Danny Davis.
Danny Davis with Jerry King.
Yeah. He was the manager at the time when Jerry Lawler faced Andy Kaufman. And he was instead of Jimmy Hart being his manager, Danny Davis was actual Jerry Lawler's manager at the time.
Yeah, and then I got a Nightmare Danny Davis. I think this is a TRC edit, isn't it, Ben?
Yes. That's the one and only one we made for him, and he don't sign much at all. He lives in Florida.
That's
He's
badass.
OVW, but yeah, he doesn't sign at all.
And then we have the famous Lord Humongous.
That's a famous photo.
That's a very famous photo.
That has a story.
That's the last time Ben pissed off Sid Vicious.
That's right.
That's a famous photo
North
to have.
Carolina.
And then he died.
Good.
Rest in peace. And the Midnight Express.
Bobby Eaton, baby.
Bobby Eaton twice.
twice on there.
Right.
And then Jerry the King Lawler and Jake.
Great pickup, yeah.
There we go.
Dude, you can't go wrong with Jake. You can't go wrong with the King. You damn sure can't go wrong with King and Jake.
You
That's
can't.
a hell of a
And then
picture.
Sky Blue. You can't go wrong with Sky Blue.
Well, Ward, no, you can't unless you want to take off that black. Can you like
She's
lean
hot.
it up forward a
She's
little
hot. Just takes off her makeup.
bit? Yeah, we seen her. We were drinking in the bar in Indy.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard
Hey,
she looks pretty rough when she
all
ain't
you
got her
gotta do
makeup
is
on.
turn the lights off. It's fine.
You hear that a lot, don't you, Dr. Nick?
Ha.
Yeah, but
And
you
then
hear a lot of "Why can't I quit
Marty,
you?"
Marty, and Sean and Brutus, and then Zack Sabre Jr. And a fuck you to Dr. Nick, Danhausen.
Oh, you
Very
son
nice,
of a
very
bitch!
evil.
You took the last one, fucker.
Hey, Ben gave you
And
a chance.
I got Mankind.
Awesome.
Oh, that looks good, man. That's a good looking
That
photo.
blue, yeah, that blue pops. And then Harlem Heat.
That's
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
TRC exclusive, I think. I think that's TRC exclusive.
I'm not sure.
Yes,
Ben,
it is.
This is dual signed, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that is a TRC exclusive spotlight. Took me years to get that completed.
That's rare as hell. Stevie don't sign shit.
Yeah, Stevie don't sign shit
Okay.
ever. And then my last thing.
Woo!
Beautiful.
Four Horsemen signed by Tully.
That's really
Okay.
cool. It looks like an old school comic book.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right,
And-
guys. First up, are you done?
Forgot
Sorry.
one last thing. I found
Sure.
this at Walmart yesterday.
Damn, I need that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the one right there.
Yeah,
Come on, Roger,
found
send
that
it to
at
me.
Walmart yesterday.
Did you have a problem them selling it to you?
Why would I have a problem with them selling it to me?
For some reason, the Walmarts are having there's a recall set in their system for that set and the Triple H Ultimate set at $47. And then when you try to buy the Mean Gene and the Hogan, it comes up in their system a safety recall.
No.
That's weird.
Yeah,
No.
the only reason why I got mine was the manager came over and just overrided it. Apparently, it's a nationwide issue. I'm surprised you didn't.
No, I
Okay,
walked
guys.
right up. They rang it up, and that was it.
That's good.
I want to read off because we have a
No.
Mike Riggs. He's joined us. He said he's
Mike
been a fan
Riggs
of-
in the house. Welcome in. So he's asking about a Macho Man in the
Yeah.
red, white, and blue. I don't know. Is this the one he's talking about? Because I literally have one on the shelf behind me. Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah, just without the jacket. They didn't include the jacket.
Is that what he's wanting? Is the jacket?
Yeah.
He said he's still looking for a classic Macho Man Randy Savage action figure from 1993, the red, white,
red,
blue.
white, and blue.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I know of, and that's
Yeah, I'm
the
not sure.
that's
With
the
the
retro
Retro
fest.
Fest. Yeah.
WWF arcade box around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
retro fest.
When
Yeah,
they
that's
made
not a
that,
1990.
when they made that
That's the
figure,
red-
they were supposed to include the jacket, but they cheapened out.
Well, he wore that attire in '93.
Yeah.
Roger, Mike's got a quick question for you, brother.
So it's that.
How long have you been a fan of pro wrestling?
Oh shit! I've been a fan of pro wrestling, since I was a kid with the Von Erichs. So I'm 50, so probably 42 years old, give or take. 43.
I think you saw Abe Lincoln wrestle, didn't you?
You're 50. No, wow, no shit.
No, I came right. I was
Damn,
right
you're old.
after. I was right after his career ended.
Hey, Roger, you're
Fucking
50,
old
but
dickhead.
hey, you make 50 look good, buddy.
I know I do.
Right
God,
before
I'm
that,
almost 50, so I can't talk.
right
Hey,
before that,
Roger has more energy than anybody else in this chat.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see
Damn
how
right he
fast your
does.
fucking ass is.
I don't know
in
about
Indy
that.
there, Dr.
Right
Nick.
before that, he body slammed John Wilkes Booth. That's why he got killed.
Van Gelder, Kevin Van Gelder says, Roger, damn, did you come over with the Pilgrims?
Yeah,
He
with
was-
your grandma, Kev.
He was there
Yeah,
for the
with your
first
grandma,
Thanksgiving.
Kevin.
But Mike, welcome in. But we're happy to have you. We're in Top Rope Wrestling Collectibles. Come join us. We have a great time. We have a great page, as you can see, and you've been joining us. We talk about anything and everything. Oh, we got to get on. Hold on.
Hey, that guy's definitely new because out of everybody here, he asked Roger a question. What the hell?
Probably because he didn't see all of Will's figures. He saw my belts. So that's probably why. Because the camera was on me.
That's awesome. A badass figure, brother.
That's how they should have released that with that belt, right?
100%.
You kind of look like PCO with your headband like that.
That one looks good.
William, you ought to use the one that came on that basic that Ben got us.
Yeah,
oh, you know what? You're right. I should. That's a good idea.
That's
a better belt.
The antique
You're right.
finish on there. Yeah.
Well, with your headband like that, you look like PCO. You need to keep it.
Oh yeah. You know what it is I start talking and it starts sliding down, and I gotta flip it up, but I'll leave it there for now. I think we're about to close. We're about to close this bad boy out anyway because we're way OT. So.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
ask Roger if he had any 8x10 sign, but I don't think Roger does.
I have an Elizabeth signature.
Oh wow.
No, I do not.
Yeah.
All right, Will, take her home, brother.
Guys, we're gonna close it out this week. We're gonna talk about more greatness and good stuff. So number one, real quick, just a shout out for Ben and I. We're not running on Tuesday next week, obviously, because it's the election night in America. We will be running Sunday night. This Sunday night at 8:00. We'll run probably from 8 to 9. Do a quick 60 minutes and out. And really looking forward to that. I felt like last night was a tremendous show, and I feel like this coming Sunday has the potential to be even better. But that's not how I'm going to close the night out talking about us. I'm going to close the night out talking about things that I've been talking about for a long time now. And number one, we got to all do a better job of showing each other compassion and showing each other empathy. We've got to do it. As people, hell, we're talking about our ages. We got people in here in their 40s and 50s, and you got Roger in his hundreds. And, we got to do a better job of being compassionate to folks. And, even the closest of friends, sometimes we say things that are hurtful and we don't realize they're hurtful. So I would say in closing, and take this with you this week, is be compassionate, show some empathy. We don't know what people are going through. You don't know what's happening in their lives. And you may read this somewhere or you may hear this somewhere, but take a minute and reflect and think about what people are going through. And last but not least, my closing moment would be get out and vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not telling you what party to align with. I'm just telling you to get out and vote. I went out and voted today. I did early voting here in Florida. From the time I got out of my truck to the time I got back in my truck to drive away, it took me 11 minutes total. Early voting took me 11 minutes, guys. And it's so important. Exercising your rights is so important as an American citizen. And, a lot of times if you don't exercise your rights, you can very easily lose your rights. And we don't want to do that. So I had the same conversation last week. I had the same conversation the week before. I've been talking about it nonstop. I'm not telling you to go vote for Harris. I'm not telling you to go vote for Tampon Tim. I'm not telling you to vote for Trump and Vance. I'm just telling you to go exercise your rights because we're extremely fortunate to live in a free world, and we have that ability. So when I showed my little sticker today that said I voted, it may just be a sticker and a piece of paper, but it's something that I'm very proud of. And I hope everybody else out there listening right now, in the chat right now, and then tomorrow morning on the ride to work, 'cause we get a lot of views in the morning, the following morning after we do this. So hope everybody hears it and says, you know what? 11 minutes of my time is well worth it. So, and even if you don't care who the president's going to be for whatever reason, you may or may not care. There's a lot of stuff down ballot that's really important too. Senators, Congress, different things like that. There's a lot of different things down ballot. Judges, local school
Abortion.
boards, abortion. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that's extremely important to everybody. So again, my closing would be get out and vote regardless of who you're going to vote for. That part doesn't matter. The part that you actually go do it is what matters. I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday night right here on the Kev Buckler Show. Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, the night after the election. Hopefully we have some results in by then. Hopefully it's just, too big to rig. I don't know. Have a good night, everybody.
Vote, brother.
All right, thank you all. We'll see you this Sunday and see you this time next week.